www.cineIdeas.com.
My name is Benson. I'm the co-founder and also head of growth at Hafford Technology, a solar energy company startup as well. Looking at bringing cost-effective energy solutions, alternative energy solutions to Nigerian homes. I'm based in Lagos, from Anambra State. I graduated from FUTO, Information Technology, and also with an MSc from now National Open University. One of my biggest dreams is solving the problem of the electricity shortage, energy supply in Nigeria, and also towards sub-Saharan Africa. So if I have to go by the one that came through, it's about having a startup. I have to have a company that will be able to walk through your mission in terms of achieving your goal. For the one that is yet to come, it's about we seeing ourselves as the #1 energy, solar energy provider in sub-Saharan Africa and also Nigeria as well. For the fear, like any startup or any entrepreneur, they have this fear of failure, which in terms of everybody starting up a company or anybody looking for this, moving his business for have this fear of oh, this is going to fail and all that. But how I've been able to overcome it, because for me it's more like a mindset. Everybody have this, that you are going to fail and all that. I always like to be able to not think about it much. Failure is part of it. It's always going to come. There will be time that you won't have all it takes, all the resources you need to achieve your goal. The right way I've been able to overcome is trying to at least be able to take it off my mindset. I'm having a feeling that fear is always going to come, but one thing for sure is that what's the worst it can be, what's the worst it can be, understand? And it has really helped me to be able to see things differently. For my startup, I would say that being a new player in terms of the alternative solar energy is kind of more of a bigger challenge for me, and for that it takes a lot of you understanding how the market is going to be like. So one thing we normally do in terms of our startup, in terms of the energy incline, is trying to bring everybody, all the major players in the solar energy industry together, because we believe that if you can't compete with the biggest player, if you can't compete in terms of those installing the product, those manufacturing the product, why not bring these guys together and let's find a way to collaborate with each and every one of us and bring especially the price of this solution down. I think is one thing we normally look forward to our startup, and that is one of our biggest plans, to offer affordable product, because the cost of this alternative energy solution is quite expensive, and we are looking at getting the best possible way. And one best way our startup is looking forward to that is trying to merge the market together. For startup, I'm not actually a new player when it comes to startup growing out business. This Hafford Technologies are quite not my first, I would say, startup or business. Probably have to go back to when I was in the university day 2010, when I started Octopus, just like a blog, micro-blogging platform to enable the student communicate. Especially, first of all, I have to do with my lodge mates and all that to communicate with each other. And the best way we can be able to communicate that is probably using social media. In terms of when we start entering the school, I've started using social media to make way for my business, because I know that's the fastest way to reach out to people, to the audience, to the right people for our business. I think you have to go back to 2010. I started using social media for my businesses or startup. I think Facebook is more or less the quite one that has been very beneficial to our business in terms of the audience. But in terms of the solar aspect, is more of giving us a greater awareness about our product, because actually we look at what other people are doing and what we are not doing. I think social media is a very good way to reach, especially Facebook. Okay, first thing I normally do, first thing I consider in terms of solving problem, going towards looking for solution for a problem, is first of all, I do identify the problem first. What is the problem? And I have to go back to what I normally call first principle analogy. I use first principle that at first, where the source of the problem, I have to go back to really understand what forms the problem before I start going forward to the solution. I think I normally look at something I do call first principle analogy in terms of when solving a complex problem also. I grew up in a family that we are into the furniture business in terms of the sales and furniture. I think trying to building up an online furniture store. That is one of the biggest idea that will ever come to me. But probably, as they always say, you actually have to focus on one startup at a time. Then when you grow, you can also consider multiples. First of all, you have to really identify the problem. Then that will actually lead you to making plans on how well you're going to be able to solve that. For me, I like to always use some tools, online tools, in terms of when first of all, okay, let's say when I was trying to really understand the problems of the energy, I will have to do a bit of some market research, and as well I have to correlate the best products around and all that. I use some tools, and also have to be involved, because everything is at our disposal now when it comes to solving problems. We have the internet there, and we have to use to do some extensive research on that. And also we have to get the right team. You have to get the right team. That is one thing I learned toughly when growing some business. Why some business I feel is not getting the right people to really power it off. It's not really about me. It's about a collective, because being a founder doesn't mean that you have the monopoly of the wisdom to push your business. You need other people to bring help with the right solution. We to identify the problem with the right team. I think is a very good way, and also technology as for using to research on your problem and all that. I think it's a very good way to go by solving problems. Okay, I normally use there is one from Drew Austin, is the CEO for Dropbox. He always said that you should not be bothered about failure. You just only need once to make it, but don't be afraid of failures. My startup is Hafford Technology, which we established last year, November. It's a solar energy company, and we are on a mission committed in providing cheap, affordable, and reliable energy products. We have actually looked around the country and how best way understand we can help the energy situation, which have not been easy, especially for the SME and also for businesses, because some people depend on electricity to make to push their business forward. I can remember going through some when we're doing a market research, going through some barbing salon, going to some best shop, going to some people using electricity on a constant basis, and we are like finding way to solve problems for these guys. And this is kind of new. It will surprise you that in Nigeria we are like people connected to the grid, like the electricity supply is over. We have over 30% of it, and we still have an open market for 70. So that gives us more opportunity to introduce a kind of business model, which is quite, we believe that it's kind of different from what other top player in the industry are doing. We believe that solving the electricity problem in sub-Saharan Africa depends on how affordable your solution is. We have seen a lot of couple of products which from the likes of Lumos, the new launch by MTN Mobile Electricity, and some other ones coming ahead. But our own have to focus on giving customers the opportunity to spread their payments to 3, 6, and 12 months. Also giving them affordable products, good warranty for our product, and as well trying to really offer a kind of pay as a service for solar energy. I think is one way to at least bring this to people's home and also encourage business. Normally, business around the world are already thinking of how to grow their business, and we in Nigeria looking for how we are going to have to solve our electricity problem. It's a big issue when it comes there. But Hafford Technology is already here, and we are trying to see all that. Of recently, we partner with Cellulant, which is a mobile payment company that on a solar kiosk which they deployed, which we are going to deploy at Adamawa to solve the problems, the problem for the farmer, to a kind of empower farmers, because right there in those insurgent areas there's nothing like banks there. So partnering with Cellulant is a good way for my company to bring these solar kiosks to enable people charge their phones there, and as well encourage the farmers that don't have those resources to start going to the city, travel to the city to run transactions. They just there have to do everything on the solar kiosk close by all the villages and all that. I think we are looking in the next 5 years on installing over 5 million solar panels and in the country as well in the next 5 years. I think that is with the right model. We believe that we can actually solve the energy situation in Nigeria. First of all, I've always said that never think it is easy. For you to start, you have to really get your problem right. Understand? Ideas comes, a lot of ideas come. It's how you implement it. It's how you implement it. I've always have to encourage people to always be able to streamline to the best ideas that you can work with. You don't have to work with multiple. Just get one. If you have the one, understand, you focus on it, understand, write down your plans, what do you want to achieve from this, what do you want to get from this idea, where do you want this idea to be in the next 5 years. Always look at the future, because it's very important. Always look at the future of the plans, the ideas, whatever you think of starting up. They also have to focus on growth. Focusing on growth is one problem that we in Nigeria, whenever we open a startup, 1 year, 2 years already gone. You have to find ways to innovate it and bring new things to it. Also, you also have to be able to have the right team. You can't do it alone. No man is an island. You have to bring in people like mine that also have to be, they are willing. Because how I do get teams, I will look at people that are able to change the world, people that have the same mindset and open-minded like me, understand? So I get people that actually share the same passion, the same drive I have towards the project. Get the right team, get the problem, narrow down on the best ideas for yourself, and always try to renovate yourself, understand? Whatever problems are always going to come, but always try, never give up. And one day, understand, you can also be part of those big 10 players we have in the countries.
cdidis.com.